does he?
It's modular, so it's pieces, I think. Because they show you like being able to like shrink and.
Oh, here's how I do the frame. Okay, width.
Oh,
wide,
it's not modular. Oh, hexagon is $200 more.
length,
we already had added shit else to this table. Y'all can go close this. Cause see, why we at $4,500 already?
See, I feel like it would be cheaper. It would literally be cheaper to take a woodworking class, buy all of the power tools that you need to make this table, plus the lumber for it, and then make it yourself. Cause baby, at $2,200,
Man, just give me some pallets, and I can make one. Fuck this.
Right?
Like two power saws max, maybe a jigsaw and maybe like a circular one, a regular circular one.
That's what I was thinking, you know? And then like a sander, an electric sander.
All you need is a circular saw, jigsaw, and a sander, and some pallets, and some couple woods, and you done. You can paint it, dye it yourself.
Now now baby, maybe we can have a couple discussions.
Wait, is everyone here? Photon's here.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, it's all good. We're just being stupid.
D&D manifest. Oh, can you hear yourselves? Okay, let's see. Thank you, Poog, for.
Oh, Poog.
Testing 1, 2, 3. I really sound like this. I can hear myself.
I don't even want to. I know I can hear myself. I ain't gonna even attempt to listen because I know I got a jacked up voice.
Hearing Mr. Paws laugh twice is so funny.
I know.
Ay, Dios santo. I need more coffee.
Oh, Poog, that looks so good. Is this that widescreen life, Poog?
Right, because how doing? So all your monitors are widescreen? Oh, just one, okay. Shoot, okay then.
Ooh, shit on a stick.
Okay. Oh, thanks for waiting, guys.
No problem.
No problem.
Alrighty. So everyone's linked up then with the Discord?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
There's Ash.
Oh.
You are just in time.
Hello. Yeah, we're just starting. Right. So, did anyone have any other questions, concerns before we started? I saw your guys' character excerpts. Thank you. I will keep that in mind as we move forward. Any other notes or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Testing.
Yeah. So if you need help with like spells or anything, you can just type !spell and then whatever spell you're looking up, and it should message you the thing. Or you can look it up on D&D Beyond. But But yeah, it's a quick way of looking up spells, items, monsters,
so
and stuff.
they do this, and I go.
Yeah. That way you don't have to change screens too much, hopefully. I think you don't have to look up, so it would just be like exclamation mark item Vorpal Blade, or did that work?
No, it didn't. Oh, I see. If you do the slash, that's because I'm.
Oh, good job. Yeah, so it's just like exclamation mark item space Vorpal Blade, I think would be the one for that.
Oh, it's because it's called Vorpal Sword.
Ah. Yeah, order of words does matter, I think, because I think I looked up like healing potion, but then it gave me like irrelevant things, because I think it's like potion of healing, so. But yeah, so, but otherwise, if you can always just ask too, but if that's easier, you can just type it in there. But yeah, so we can just go ahead and start then. Yeah, I think it's just item. Yeah. Cool. Right.
Oh wait, Poog. Can you turn the sound effect or the music in Final Fantasy off? I think it's covering up some of the people talking. So I think, so we went with the Lost Things hook, so I think, was it Mo, Mr. Paz, and Tren? Just think about, I guess, how that applies to you. As we move on. Yeah, all right. So our starting setting. The traveling extravaganza, known as the Witchlight Carnival, visits your world once every 8 years. You have a dim memory of sneaking into the carnival as a child without paying for a ticket. That memory has grown foggy over time, though it still conjures a weird mixture of emotions. Wonder and awe mixed with loss and regret. During this childhood visit, your character lost something. You tried to find it, but the carnival owners, a pair of elves named Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, were decidedly unhelpful. Silly little screeching cricket, said Witch. You forgot to buy a ticket. Carnival goes round and round, said Light. The multiverse is our playground. Nothing's free and nothing's lost. Every visit has its cost. As time passed, your heart became less heavy, and you gave less and less thought to those childhood events. Now, for reasons you can't explain,
The longing to retrieve that which you have lost has resurfaced, as though an old spell has faded away, allowing you to feel the loss as sharply as if it happened yesterday. The Witchlight Carnival has returned, and you find yourself standing near a ticket booth by the entrance at twilight, just as the carnival is about to open. There, you meet others who looked as troubled as you. With knowing how or why, you sense that each of them has lost something as well. Perhaps fate has brought you together. So let's go around and describe our characters as we're approaching the ticket booth. Let's start. I'll just go in alphabetical order. Let's start with Tren.
Okay, I'm giving up on push to talk. So I am 2.5 feet tall, red little kobold with some silver scales here and there. I have a fun little journal, and I'm just looking around at everyone, taking notes.
All right. Mr. Paws.
Run that by me again. I'm sorry.
We're describing our characters.
Okay.
So what would we see if we saw your character?
So Gimvan stands of a height of 4 feet tall, but he has a sturdy build, gives him affordable presence. Broad shoulders, muscular frame testifies to years of physical training. He does have tattoos and a war paint on his face. They're tribal tattoos. And also his beard, braided beard, long braided beard with that shimmers with faint energy from the Ironspire Mountains.
Oh,
And that's Gimvan.
all right. And then we turn our no.
Okay. Let's see. Namrim, you would see a 6 foot tall. And you can hear me, right? Oh, can you hear me?
Sorry? Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure because I never used push to talk. You see a 6 foot tall wood elf with ebony brown skin that has forest green spots or little circles. They have a pretty big build. They weigh about a little over 200 pounds. Most of it's muscle, and then you'd see some dark brown hair with silver highlights.
Alrighty. Cobalt.
If you were to look at Valeth, you would see this tall, kind of skinny, pallid elf. Pointy ears, as all elves have, and a chin that comes down to a point as well. Dark green emerald eyes with a dark forest green mop of hair on his head. He's scratching the back of his head, kind of looking around, wondering what's going on right now.
Alrighty, and Zem. Cool. All right. So we're approaching the ticket booth of this big carnival. You know, there's this whimsical music playing in the air from like these kind of like an organ grinding of sorts. You can smell various wafts of like fair food, you know, like deep fried cakes and cotton candy and other delicious fried food, buttered popcorn and the like. And it's just like this brisk, like part of Twilight, you know, temperature wise. Then you get up to approach the ticket booth, and you see this little goblin, like kind of like barely above like where the window is, and he just has like he has a big monocle over one eye. Very elderly looking. And he peers out. He's like, "Is someone there?"
I can chime in Goblin and say, "Yes, I am here."
What was that? And he like leans forward and he has like this ear horn. You have to speak up, son.
I am here.
Oh, hello. Are we purchasing admission into the ticket today? Into the in the carnival? It's let me see here. He's like scratching his head. What's today?
Tuesday?
Oh yeah, that's right. It's eight silver pieces for an adult and 3 silver pieces for kids, for kids 7 and under. Unless you have like will call tickets on hold, and then I can check in this box in front of me.
I'm only 4.
Ah, yes, that would be child's admission set, and then
Thank you.
peers out, and he's like, "What about the rest of ya? What's your name, Sonny?" And he points at Zazu.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Zazu walks to the side and opens his beak. A tongue flops to the side, and the goblin hears his own voice ring back out. Tickets. Carnival. Speak up, son. Zazu hands out 3 silver pieces as birds are birds.
Oh yes. Well, thank you. That's two kids. That's 2 kids then. What about you? What about you? And he gestures towards and is peering over he's like squinting his one good eye through his monocle at Nanrin.
Nanrin is just gonna look up kind of startled, kind of fiddling around his pockets, and they're just gonna say, yes, one ticket, please, to the carnival.
Yeah, what's your name, son?
Oh, sorry. My name is Nanrin.
Oh, yes. That'll be 8 silver pieces for you then. Wait, and there's like you can hear like a whispering sound from under the table. Let's see, Valith and Zazu also hear it. It's like, wait, that was one of the names. And he looks up and he's like, eh? And he points his ear horn down. What was that? That was one of the names. That was one of the names, Nicholas. He looks up and he's like, "Oh, that's right. What was that? Nanrin, was it? son.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a ticket for you actually. Some person went and paid for you. Put it in the box here. He like opens up the thing. Yeah. I got one here for let me see. It goes there. I got one for a Flint. Zazu.
I'll take my 3 gold back, please.
Valith. And Rimram.
Zazu has his hand on his hand axe and sticks a feather out, as if to ask for the silver pieces back.
What was that? And then there's a voice under again, like, it's asking for a refund, boss. Oh, a refund. Oh, right. He's like, was it 2 silver pieces? 3 silver pieces. 3 silver pieces. Right. He like hands them back to you. Opens up the box and he's like, yeah. So this was you. I'm sorry. Which one were you?
Bird. And I snatch the silver pieces back and just stare at him blankly.
No, that one's for you. Which one of you is Flint?
Me. And I jump.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see you there. He like squints again. Here you go. Which one of you is Bailiff?
Valith looks at this goblin with big, unflinching, open eyes and uses Awakened Mind. So I can telepathically speak to him as long as we're within 30 feet. And as long as he speaks one language, he'll understand me no matter what. But I just say, my name's Valith. Am I on the list too? And the little Kenku, his name is Zazu.
Oh. He like looks around, startled, and what's wrong, boss? Oh.
I'm just in the crowd with my hand up next to my face, doing like
someone has a really clear voice. Oh, well, yes, of course. Yes, this is for you. That's for Zazu. Thank you. Let's see. Rimram. Is there a Rimram here?
It's Grimvan.
Ah, yes, of course. Sorry. My apologies, kid. Here you go.
Thank you, laddie.
Yeah. Someone bought you all tickets. Left it here in the will call booth. Well, welcome in. It's the Witchlight Carnival.
Thank you for the ticket.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't me exactly, but I'm sure they'll appreciate the thanks. Yeah, you see, there's this big, like, silver statue of a dancing fairy, like, mounted on the roof, and it, like, lights up when you guys get your ticket, and it starts, like, its wings start fluttering, and there's little butterflies that pop up, and, like, a bunch of, like, shooting stars are, like, moving on the ticket booth now. It's, like, something, like, woke up. Well, yeah, it's to say how this is all right. Tell them how it works, boss. Oh, right. Sorry. I just assume people have come here before, That ticket there, you look at it, it has like 8 little like punch out slots. There's going to be certain things inside that cost a ticket, and certain things that won't. And you can use that ticket, and it'll get you access to it one time. You can do it again if you want. But yeah, once you got 8 punches, it's used up. You got yourself a souvenir. But you can come back and get another ticket if that's the case, if you still want to enjoy parts of the carnival.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
Yeah, what was that?
What? I grab onto his ear gramophone, and I just put my face into it, thinking that's what'll make it work better. And I say, "What is your name?"
Ah, you don't have to shout, son. It's Nicholas.
Nicholas. Okay. What about your little assistant here? What's their name?
I'm sorry, who?
Your little. I use my awakened mind again, and I say, your little assistant that was just here talking with us. Do they have a name, or are they just a worker? The little voice guy. This one.
That's oh. And he like kind of smiles, like, oh, you're a sharp one. That's Dust.
Dust? Okay. I want to take note of what they both look like.
So you kind of like peer into the booth to like see. And oddly enough, there isn't anything there.
Ooh. So I don't see I don't see Dust at all. We
Nope.
just hear Dust.
You just
Okay.
hear them, yeah.
But I see Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you said he's a goblin?
Yeah, he's an
Okay.
old goblin.
Zazu walks past the ticket booth and just turns around and then stares at the others, just waiting for them to come across.
All right, I take my key or my ticket from Nicholas, and I will go stand next to Zazu.
And then as you guys are, oh sorry, and then so you guys are walking, and so what does everyone else kind of do after that?
9-1 is gonna bow at Nicholas and Dust, and they're just going to kind of slowly shuffle while looking around, just confused, kind of nervous, but just kind of follow Sazu and Valen.
Enjoy.
I want to use my awakened mind again to speak to him, and just because I don't want to say this out loud, but I want to ask: is there a lost and found here?
Oh. And he's like,
Hi,
and he like,
it's me again.
he just assumes he looks at the two remaining outside, and he's just like, oh yeah, the lost and found. It's here actually, and he like kind of shoves a map into Jim Ben's like hands. He like kind of leans over the side and shoves it at him. Yeah, there's a lost and found. I just sent a map.
Ooh.
Oh snap!
You can see it's like to the right. If you walk just straight through and take a right, the first right, you know? It should be right on your right hand side.
Oh, okay. Right next to us. I see.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shout.
You lost
bye
something
Grandpa
already, son?
in Goblin as I follow after everyone else.
I lost something the last time I was here at the Witchlight Carnival.
Ah, well, depending how long ago, I hope it's still there, son.
Me too. Well, thank you.
And what did you say to him in Goblin, Flint?
Bye, Grandpa.
And how loudly did you say that?
Loudly enough for him to hear.
And he just like kind of like, and then he like quickly darts around without the horn. He's like, I'm not Grandpa. And he just like sits there. And he's like, enjoy the carnival. And just waves you all inside.
I think Zazu sees that reaction and just repeats exactly what he said in the same language, not knowing what it means, but hoping to see the same reaction. So he's just saying whatever was just said, like over and over and over.
And then he just kind of like, as you guys are like walking away, you can like see him like, he's like looking out, watching you guys. His head is like peering out of the window. And he's just doing that thing, like, you know, the fingers, the two eyes, like watching you. And you get a feeling that he's a lot sharper than he let on. And he might just find enjoyment, you know, messing with people once they come in. But yeah. So you guys walk in. So are we all heading to the lost and found? Do we want to pick up and look around? How do we want to do this?
I'm just following Bailiff. Not saying a single word, just following Bailiff.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if the ticket booth is where we're coming in at, the first thing that my character would see would be, what is Calliope?
Oh, yes. Okay. So as you kind of are like passing by, you can tell that's where the music is coming from. So you see, it's this really like jolly kind of tune. You're like kind of standard, like when you go to a circus, like what do you think the music's gonna sound like? And it's coming from this brightly covered wagon. That there's like this what appears to be a Japanese snow monkey who's like sitting in a tub of like steaming water, and it's like cranking the wagon and playing the music. There's a big kind of like patchwork blanket spread out behind him. It's like super colorful and there's all these like buttons kind of sewn into it. It's very like bright and vivid and eclectic, and it's very fun. And he's just kind of sitting in his little tub and playing the music, and you can see there's like a big like kind of silver wash tin in front of him, or in front of the wagon rather, and it just says like donations, and you can see like a couple like other little buttons and baubles in there.
Zazu, do you have any little buttons or baubles on you?
Zazu pulls into his little bag and just pulls out a couple of shiny objects that he carries on him and just hands it over.
Okay, I want to put some of the shiny objects in. Actually, just one of the shiny objects for now. I want to put it inside the little wash tin.
So as you get closer, the monkey kind of like looks up and then suddenly like kind of smiles. And I was like, "Spare button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face." And he like smiles. He does like a little clap and then like keeps spinning the crank on the wagon.
Can
I think
make a roll?
Zazu just repeats like nothing in his place over and over until he gets something back.
Can I make would it be an insight roll on this monkey? Is this some sort of fae?
Oh yeah. Are you trying to see if it's like a fey creature?
Yeah, because like I don't want to make a deal with a fae.
So it's going. So well, yeah, you could do an insight.
Or I guess I wanna know if this button blanket, is it like magical in some way? Like if I give a button over, is this gonna like tie me or bind me to, I don't know.
Yeah, I think here, I think I like an insight check here to see if you can like trust them. If it's like a trustworthy thing. I'm also, if you're like specifically thinking like if they're a fey creature, I would take a nature check too. One of those two, I'd say, whichever you prefer.
I'll do an insight to see if I can trust this.
Can I give him the help action?
Yeah. How would you want to go about helping him in this situation?
With Zazu's background of like Fey loss, he's known to the Fey. He's familiar with them. So he's trying to run across if this is a face that he's seen. So I just want to help him with that and like recalling.
Okay. Yeah. So we could do I'd say a nature check at advantage, if that's the case we want to go down, I think.
Oh. I rolled an insight for seeing if I could trust them.
Okay. I'd say why don't you roll a nature check then, Zazu, and then I'll just use the gun.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh, you both rolled really high. Yeah. So Zazu, in terms of like a fae creature that you've met in like your journeys, you've met a few kind of like awakened animals, right? In the fae, like there's many that you'll come across that can like speak and like they do kind of things that you would associate with other like living colonies and of people like in the material plane. This one seems a little different though in like personality. And you're not entirely sure why, but it seems slightly different from this like your ordinary standard kind of awakened animal. Valith, you don't get a feeling that they're like untrustworthy. Like you're in a carnival, right? So like people are kind of like whimsical, they're like troublemakers, sure, but there's never any like malice generally, right? So you think it's kind of like this, you're intrigued because it's like an unusual thing like to want like something that doesn't seem like worth money monetarily, right? But seeing like all of the kind of baubles sewn in, you can tell that this monkey seems to care very much about like memories and remembering things of, you know, like in the past, and this seems like his connection to it.
Okay. I guess I'll hand over a shiny button then.
He's like, thank you very much, friend. And he keeps spinning the wagon.
Okay.
I think Zazu trusts Valeth's decision and pulls out another trinket. Just a shiny piece of a watch that he found. Something just, not a watch, but something like, I'm trying to think of something that would match the period. Just something that looked like it was a piece of jewelry that someone wore around their neck. And he hands this broken piece to the person too. And I guess Zazu would turn to Valeth and say, okay, special, trust.
Thank you. Thank you very much, friend. He like kind of, you know, gives us a small smirk and it's like comes spinning. Enjoy the fair. And let's see here. Who wants the highest? Flint, you notice that like the tune kind of changes. And I'd say Zazu has like some musical experience too. So you both kind of pick up there's a nuance in like how it's changing, like the tempo increases, it kind of goes up in dynamics. Of like the tune, it sounds a lot like jauntier as you guys kind of like step back after putting in a trinket. All right. If we want to go and just continue on to the lost and found, or how do we want to proceed?
Well, we're
I
in a
defer to
bigger
everybody
group
else.
now. What does everyone want to do?
What's the shiniest, biggest thing nearby?
Let's see. So, like straight ahead, you can kind of see this the big tent, right? The big top, and it's like sparkling and glimmering. You can see like lots of people kind of loitering and wandering around. I think like waiting for like a show to start at some point. You can see signs that like it starts in like a few hours, like 3 hours later. To the west, you can kind of see what looks like this giant teapot, and it's like glistening rainbow teapot, and it's like spewing little bubbles out, and you can see what looks like people inside some of the bubbles as they're like floating along. And there's like this kind of like big willow tree next to it as well, with like what seems to be like glittering lights flying all around it. And to the east, you can kind of see a lot of like random kind of tents with like games and things and such. But you can kind of hear like the faint playing of like some type of like merry-go-round.
The teapot sounded very gay. I'm interested.
Yeah, so we can kind of split up, or we can go about together. How do we want to do this? Okay, so now
Okay.
to the teapot.
I'm gonna follow behind the elf.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Nunu is gonna go past the Calliope and go to the teapot. They just see a really big teapot and is pretty interested.
So Flint's following. Valeth, Sazu, do we want to continue to the lost property, or follow along? Jumban, where do you want to head?
I defer to Valeth, whatever decision they determine.
My character has ADHD, so I'm definitely going to the bubble pop teapot.
Down the
Fair enough.
We got off track so fast.
Gimvan just looking around like and sees the group heading to the teapot, but is trying to decide whether to go to the teapot or not.
So what are we deciding?
Oh,
Well-
here's the Libra.
Gimvan, wow, wow. Gimvan follows the group to the teapot.
Oh, that's fine. As you guys are kind of walking along, you can see like this really tall, it's like 12-foot tall walking tree, and it's like covered in golden like ribbons and garland, and it's kind of like marching around through the fairgrounds. There's like emerald clouds swirling around it, and it starts like raining down these golden spinning sycamore seeds, and you can see like people trying to catch them as they're like falling. And there's like a little squirrel scampering through the trees, like, try your luck, catch a seed today.
Let's all catch
Okay.
seeds. Come on.
I think Green is more concerned about the tree than the treasure.
Oh, okay. Like what way are you kind of looking at the tree? Like, are you trying to see what way are you investigating it?
Well, I'm kind of like so number one likes nature, being a druid and whatnot. And so they're just kind of like happy to see something familiar, and just kind of wonders like, how did this tree get here? And like, how did this tree end up dropping treasures from the trees?
All right, yeah. Why don't we make a nature check? I'll say with advantage with your druid background. So that means you get to roll twice and take the higher number. I
Okay,
think
is this gonna be like the skills or?
yeah, so it'd be like exclamation mark check space nature, I think. And I think you could, for future reference, I think with advantage, you can also like space 80. Yeah, I think that's how that works. But yeah.
Okay, so next time just do check nature space ED.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you're looking at it. What you can tell, it's definitely kind of like it's a treant, so it's kind of like a awakened tree, right? It's moving around, and there definitely seems to be like an awakened squirrel, like kind of rustling through its branches, like talking at everybody as it's going around, and you can see at least that it doesn't seem like it's hurt or like being mistreated, and it seems to be like genuinely enjoying its time at least, or like what it's doing doesn't seem like it's like dangerous from what you can tell at a glance.
Okay, that will make me feel a lot more at ease. And so I'm just gonna go and watch the others.
Yeah, so
Else.
the rest of you, if you want to try to catch a seed, it's going to be a dexterity check. So I think it's just, is it just check dexterity, I think?
Can I see if I can do it unnoticed?
Oh, you want to do it unnoticed? Never mind.
Yeah, I want to see if I can do it unnoticed and just pocket it.
Yeah, so why don't you make a stealth check first? Or a sleight of, I'll let you do sleight of hand or stealth, whichever one you feel comfortable with.
That was my stuff.
Okay. And then you can roll a dex check after that.
For dex check on D&D Beyond, do we just click the 19, or is it the same as saving throw?
I think it would just be
Click the bonus in the dexterity box. So
yeah.
Whatever your plus or minus is, click that to do the roll.
Damn. Got it.
Okay. So, pause. You're trying to like take one without anyone noticing too.
I think I clicked the wrong thing. That was my. I'm still getting used to this Beyond website. So
No
It's a
worries.
lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a natural 20, though. I see you.
I mean,
First one of this campaign.
Yeah, stealthy, so no one would notice.
I do like to keep track of natural 20s in one, so let me know. I think it's a fun thing to look at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you would want to make a dex check now. So you click on was it the dex box then? So,
yes.
Yeah.
The one that says stealth.
Dexterity up on your overall abilities.
Oh, I click on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I hope I get it right.
There you go.
Hell
Yeah.
Okay then, Rudy.
Nice. All right. So, as these kind of seeds are falling down, you're all kind of like grabbing them. Unfortunately, like you kind of like teeter too far and like overshoot where you think it's good and where it's going, and it drifts on and it does like touch the ground. But Valeth, Zazu, and Jim all catch yours. No one really see you pause catch yours. Zazu, well, like you can tell, like no one really like noticed you like pocketing it. Nanrim, I will say, if you might have seen the Kenku kind of like shove something like in its cloak, but no one is really the wiser. So for you guys, all right. So for Valith and Jimban, you both have your seed kind of like it's like shimmering and it turns into a gold piece.
Ooh,
Okay, money, honey.
money. Okay, let me go to my inventory and add a gold piece.
Zazu, when you put it kind of, you like sneak it in, it kind of like, you can feel it like dissolve in your hand. And when you kind of like take your hand out, you can see like these like rainbow dust kind of like shoot upward. So until dawn, you have the personality trait I am easily amused, which I don't think really conflicted with you to begin with.
Oh no!
Nothing changes. I think. Wait, so it kind of like shines and like I feel it dissolve, and then I see something shiny happen,
Yeah.
and then I just feel a little bit better. So yeah, like in my eyes.
In a way, you know, like you just feel more sensitive, honed in on like things, and you think they're funnier. You might find them funnier normally, but you'd find them like even more humorous, you know?
This is
I
just
think-
describing high.
I think Zazu is visibly crying because that's what he thinks being like happy is.
It's okay, little buddy.
And then you can see the treant kind of brushes past you, and you can see the squirrel kind of like hopping around, giving people, and then he like hops off the tree and he gives each of you this like dandelion seed, and he's like, "Welcome to the fair. Make a wish and enjoy your stay. Just give it a blow." And it like hops back into the tree. And it's just like walking around seeing if he missed anybody. So you all have like this dandelion in your hands. So you can kind of like make a wish and blow on the dandelion. And I do actually want to collect your wishes, so you can DM them to me.
Oh, okay.
Please.
High Kenku's cry.
Does Namrim get a dandelion also?
Yes, you do get a dandelion.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to clarify that. So Namrim is going to kind of basically study the dandelion and then just kind of put it in their pocket.
Okay. After you blew on it, or did you put it in without?
Oh, without blowing it.
Okay. Yeah. So you have it.
I like the way this druid like what they just did. If I noticed it.
Ooh.
I kind of want to hold the dandelion to them to see if it's poisonous or not, because I feel like I want to eat it.
No.
So like did you blow on the dandelion already, or is it like just it's like intact and you're like showing?
No, the concept of blowing on a dandelion is like confusing to Zazu.
Okay, so it's still like intact.
Best bet is to eat the dandelion.
So Nandarin, he's Zazu's looking at you expectantly.
I think I'll say something for the first time to show people that I can actually talk. Zazu is curious. Zazu must know. Is this good? Can I eat?
Is that actually what you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if this is what says Nightmare is gonna, of course, be startled again and looks at Zazu, and then after a few seconds, pull their dandelion back out and say, I guess you could eat it, but I don't think you should. And then they're gonna put their dandelion back in their pocket.
Black beady eyes just stare right back at you. My beak opens up and the tongue flops to the side. I'm still crying, still waiting for an answer. I want to know, can I eat? So I reply back, please eat, please.
And then the room is just gonna say, just gonna nod. It's just gonna nod. Doesn't know what to say, but it's just gonna nod.
I think Valith uses the awakened mind to speak to Zazu again and says, "You could eat, but also make wish and blow on dandelion seed. You could eat, but you could make wish. You choose."
My head tilts towards Valith, trusting the voice, but like confused on the idea of like, how do I blow?
Oh, does anyone know how to make a bird blow air out of their beak?
Actually, great help.
I reach
just
over and
standing there.
poke Zazu in the stomach.
I just scream. Just a high pitched child scream. You hear a
That didn't work.
5-year-old screaming
I
over
tried.
and over, thinking that's what's going to make the dandelion blow away.
And it does disperse. As you can see, people kind of looking at you guys. It's a screaming bird in the middle of the thoroughfare. There's like some kind of like judgmental stares as they're like huddling their children away.
Wait till it works?
It did disperse. Yeah, the screaming
I
dispersed.
salute. Okay, then I salute Valith and my new druid friend.
Valith does a salute back, not knowing what the salute means at all, but just copies what Zazu did.
And Nightmare is just gonna smile shyly and just kind of look the other way.
I think I put away the hand axe that I've been holding the entire time since we've been at the ticket booth.
Your man just standing there looking at the group that he just entered with, going, "How did he manage to get with the group?"
You know, it's a great question. All right. So are we gonna like kind of head on to the
Teapot?
teapot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think after doing the stuff with the treant and the seeds, Valith is a lot like happier and enjoying himself. So he looks towards the teapot and starts skipping awkwardly towards the teapot.
Do you grab me away because I'm still trying to get another seed?
Oh, I think I definitely grabbed you away then. If you're trying to go for another seed, I think I have to do like the toddler thing and pull you back.
I'm gonna just go along with it. I don't know. I'm still gonna be trying to grab it as you pull me away, but we'll see. I don't know if I get one or not.
All right. So, are we all kind of shuffling over to the teapot then?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, Gimben's making his way, just shaking his head, following behind the group.
all right. So you kind of are as you guys get closer to it, you can see this like 20-foot tall teapot like resting on a wooden platform. It's painted with these whirling and moving imagery of flying dragons, and they're breathing these streams of bubbles, and it's like iridescent and like shimmering. Um, and there's a door at the base of the teapot that you can see like people kind of walking into, and then the people who go in, they come out of the spout like in a bubble, and they kind of like float away. There are 7 goblins sitting around the platform, and they're all sipping tea, and they all have like mismatched porcelain cups. And as all you approach, one of them kind of sits up. It's like this brown goblin with these bright yellow butterfly wings on his back. He has like a string of teaspoons on his belt and a plum vest. And he has like a small tilted top hat on his head. And you can see there's like the 6 other goblins behind him, all in various like rainbow colored vests. There's like a red and orange, a yellow one. They all kind of like glance over from their teacups, and it's like he kind of like just gestures to a sign, and you guys can see the sign says, "The word that you intend to say, try saying it in a different way." And it's like, welcome to Toil and Trouble, Gnarly Tree Knot. It's 1 ticket punch for a glide. He like smiles at you all.
No, Brandy's gonna study the sign.
Yeah, can you repeat the sign one more time for me?
The word that you intend to say, try saying it a different way.
Salutations instead of hello.
And Brandy's gonna look very confused and just
kind of smiles at you. Is like, bellow, fellow, and like smiles at you.
Fellow.
And
Speak, friend.
Yeah. Well, Narina's gonna just be very confused, kind of like pondering and just say out loud, "I don't know another way to say tea."
How to say?
That's all right, B. And he just gives you a little like playful punch.
Afternoon drink.
I guess I just don't know.
Careful glide.
Are they still speaking in like a rhyming scheme?
Yes. That's what you're kind of picking up on.
Okay. Zazu is not B. I steal seed from tree.
You can see the goblins in the back clapping. And he kind of gives you a little pouch, and it looks like a little bit of tea leaves, and he gives one to Flint as well.
I pocket the pouch and I hold out my wing, asking for another.
Don't be needy. And he smiles.
Okay. I'll hand the pouch to Valeth, and then I'll point both wings towards my mouth.
And then to Flint, he's just like, sometimes it's scary to go first. I appreciate you. You're not the worst. Gives you Flint and Zazu, and I guess Valeth right at the moment. You guys have a pouch of scatterleaf tea. So as an action, you can scatter them on the ground in a 5-foot radius, and it duplicates the effect of protection from evil and good.
Oh, I immediately put this in my bag. I look at Zazu and I say, "You cannot eat this. This is not food. This is poison, Zazu."
I think Zazu fully understands this. Wait, first, I want to know if there's some great magical importance to it. Do I notice the value of this item I'm handing to Valeth? Because I'm still gonna do it. I just want to know if there's a value.
I'd say you can make there's some options here. You can do a nature check. You could do a Arcana check, or you could do a general intelligence check. They're all your situation more.
So I do a nature check for a 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it smells like really good tea, you know?
Has no interest in. I'll hand it to Valeth and I'll hold the wing out, asking for something shiny.
How do we ride the bubbles?
So it's gonna be like 1 ticket punch to get into the bubbles.
Oh, I have a question out of character.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell me if this is something that we can't know. Is there enough ticket punches in a ticket to do everything at the carnival? And if not, do we have the capability of buying another ticket? Is that what you said? Yeah.
So I guess it kind of depends how much things you want to do. But generally you could probably get a lot done with the 1 ticket stub, depending on what options and stuff you end up doing. But if you do want to do more things, yes, you always have the option of purchasing another ticket, or even bartering another ticket with Nicholas.
Okay. Then I think I will pull out my ticket stub and I'll say, 1 ride, please. I don't know how to rhyme.
So the goblins start clapping. Perfect. 1 punch, don't lose your lunch. And so he holds out his hand for your ticket.
Can
And
I use Valeth's voice? Do I know your voice enough? Yeah, can I use it?
Yeah, we have the established background. We've been traveling for a while.
Okay, I appreciate it. Go ahead.
So I'll offer up my punch ticket then.
Okay. So Valeth is going on. Is anybody else going to go on?
Wait, Valeth, what did you say when you were the don't know how to ride thing. Can you repeat it for me real quick?
I said, uh, here's my ticket for, or I don't know. Can I ride the bubble? I don't know how to rhyme.
Okay.
We'll say I said that.
I'll just repeat it in your exact voice.
Adieu, adieu. Enjoy the zoo, my friend. And he punches both your tickets. Is it just going to be Valith?
I'm still
And
holding my ticket up.
oh, then punches Flint's.
He'll punch numbering too.
Okay. Gimban?
Gimban's gonna pass on this and just watch
Okay.
everybody else.
Cool. So, right as you guys are about to get like walk into the door, this little blue kobold with like a little backpack and a safety hat like runs, like scatters past you guys and is like, today we did, and like launches himself into the door. And the goblins kind of look up, but they don't seem to care as the little kobold like hops back out of a bubble over the spout and starts floating away. And is like, and then you can see it kind of like start zigzag and drifting a little crazily as it heads north. And the goblins are just like looking up and they're just like, go back to their tea. And like the plum vested one kind of like waves you guys in.
And then I guess I just walk forward.
All right. So you guys all kind of like get into the little teapot, and you can kind of see there's like these like this grated floor on the bottom where like the bubbles kind of start forming. So you just kind of like have to stand over like where one's forming. It's like one person per bubble. And it'll like spit you out and you'll start floating. So,
I get in the bubble.
all right.
Sam, no hesitation. Opportunity to fly. I'm going up.
I hop in
Alright.
a bubble as well.
Perfect.
Marina's gonna look at the goblins and say, am I gonna be able to fit these?
Just grab a vine. You'll be fine.
Okay. And Marina's just gonna shrug and go in bubble.
So if I could just have the 4 people in bubbles, can we make acrobatics checks, please?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Oh, Zazu, no.
Oh no!
Ooh. And our first one. How fun.
No.
Oh, so I don't do crit fails, crit success on skill checks, but it does, it'll add some flavor though. So
A little spice.
yeah.
You have the hand access still. Like, to my spot.
A little.
I don't know if that would work with the bubbles.
So all right. So Flint 16, Zazu 5, 16, Valeth 8. Okay. So Arm and Flint, you guys are kind of like shuffled around as you like pop out, but you kind of really understand kind of like how to guide your bubble really quickly. So you're able to kind of steer it in any directions you want to go. Zazu and Valeth, you guys aren't really able to steer your bubbles effectively. And so with Valith, your bubble ends up kind of like steering over towards like the big top, and Zazu, yours starts heading more I'd say northeast, like back towards the ticket booth. Nanrim and Flint can kind of decide where they want to steer, head towards.
I kind of want to go and help Zazu, seeing as it's looking too good.
Okay. I will follow after Valith then.
All right. Man, what do you want to do? You see your friends going off in different directions.
Gimban's just looking up, seeing the amount of slight of chaos that's been happening. He is going to follow under Sasu to make sure nothing happens. So he's just literally just falling right under him.
Yeah, so you're gonna like start running underneath the bubble while you guys are going that way.
Yeah, Gimban's short stature just starts trying to run towards Sasu, seeing the
All right. So Valid and Flint, you guys kind of get to the big top, and your bubble ends up ramming into kind of like the spot, like the flag post of the big top, and it like pops, and you like start gently float down towards like the base of the tent.
I don't need to cast Featherfall.
No.
Okay.
You know, it seems like they have like safety measures put in for this kind of situation. And Flint, yours is able to kind of like, if you wanted to, you can like easily glide it down and it'll like pop on the ground.
Yes.
So you guys kind of pop. You kind of land in front of the big top tent. And there's this and Phalith eventually like slides down from like the top of the tent and like floats down to the ground. And you can see I'd say Phalith, you notice there's a little blue kobold who looks very similar to the one that like ran in front of you guys earlier, like kind of going into this smaller tent that's like next to the big top, and it's like looks like it's guarded by two like kind of workers, and it like walks into that smaller tent.
Okay, question. Did the two workers see this little blue kobold get in, or did the little blue kobold sneak in?
Oh yeah, they like kind of waved at him.
Okay.
As he walked in.
Ooh, okay, this is fun. So I got to see what this kobold looks like, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to use Shape Changer. So as an action, I can change my appearance to my appearance of my voice to determine the specifics of the changes, including coloration, hair, blah blah blah, of the character. As long as they're oh wait, a kobold's a small creature, isn't it?
As a kobold, I will just, confidently walk up and say, "We're with him."
I think I still want to look like a kobold, even if I can't be the right size as one.
Okay, so you're like a bigger kobold.
So I'm like a bigger kobold, and I look exactly the same as this other one. I sound exactly the same. And I walk up and I said, "Oh yeah, I had to run out and get something.
This is a new sideshow performer."
Okay. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Okay. So, all right. So Flint is walking up, pretending he's a worker, right? And Valeth is disguised himself as kind of this larger kobold that looks exactly like the one that walked in, but just bigger, right? With the same voice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here. Make a. All right. Okay. Wait. Hold on. I have to see if this goes.
A deception.
They look at you guys and they're like, "Drip, is that you?" He's like
Yep.
looking at Valeth.
It's me.
What happened, bro?
Steroids, am I right?
They like look and they're like, "Oh my god, did they prank you again?"
They gave me some sort of dust that turned me all big, and they told me that I needed to find a piece of cheese to eat to make myself small again.
You gotta stop listening to Drop, man. They just like just kind of waves you guys in. Drip just went in there. And they like kind of like elbows you and he's like, "You seem real mad. I'd be careful."
Okay. I'll keep a lookout for him then. And I guess we both walk into the tent now.
All right. Do you stay as a kobold?
Yeah, I think I'm still as the kobold.
Okay. So you guys walk into this tent, and it seems like it's like the dressing room. So this is kind of like where the performers go to get ready throughout the day, like prepare for if they're going to perform in the big top or if they need to like rest a bit before heading out to like various parts of the carnival. Like the backstage area of like Disneyland and stuff.
I'm very enamored because I'm getting to see all of this fun new stuff.
Yes, so this dressing room is a scene of colorful clutter. There's tables strewn with makeup kits and glass jewelry. There's mirrors trimmed with glowing orbs of light, and there's like chest of drawers and wardrobes, and they're all like stuffed to the brim with all these like vibrant colored garments. And you can kind of see like sitting in one of the like these chairs in front of one of the mirrors is the little blue kobold. And he's just kind of like muttering to himself as he's what seems to be like working on some type of mask.
Working on some type of mask. I think I want to use my, what is it? My awakened mind and use a different voice, just one that I've collected through my time of being a changeling, not my normal speaking voice that I use, and not this kobold's voice that I stole, but just a different one. And I say, "Do you want to see a magic trick?" And I'm like, I want to be like standing behind, like he's like, is he like sitting at a mirror or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to like be standing behind him in the distance, and I say, "Do you want to see a magic trick?" As I slowly start to walk up behind him.
So he kind of like jumps up to attention in his chair and looks into the mirror. He's like, he turns around and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Oh, just another performer like yourself.
And he like kind of looks at you guys. Like, never seen you before. Why do you look like Drake?
That's part of my performance. I can copy other people's looks and make myself look like them.
Yeah. I'd say make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. I'll do it this way this time. Check. ADV. And then persuasion, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's. I'm having to type this out. Wait. It says I have no character active. All right, I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Okay, there's a nat 1.
Ooh.
And there is a 19
Oh,
or
yeah.
a 25.
Ah. Oh, okay. Ah, Mr. Light. Did Mr. Light hire you? He's always hiring people without letting anyone know.
Yeah, I think that's who hired me.
Okay. Well, welcome. I'm Drip.
You can call me Drip.
Ah. Like me or my brother?
You're Drip?
Yeah, I'm Drip. I'm Drip with
And
1P.
And you have a brother Drip with 2 P's?
2Ps.
Oh.
And then there's
And
Drop.
And Drop? Drip, Drip,
Mhm.
Drop?
Mm-hmm.
This is getting drippy.
Please.
I'm Drip with 3 P's.
Ah, well, welcome, welcome. You might be a little large to join our act, but we can figure something else out.
Don't worry, I'm sure I'll fit in eventually.
Well, how can I help you guys?
I'd like a scarf.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Flint.
Oh, hi, Flint. I'm Drip.
Hi, Drip.
With 1P. Ah, he holds all his hands. Welcome to the crew. It's nice to see another kobold.
I shake his hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, if you want to, like, dig in one of those chests over there, I'm sure there's a scarf.
I go rummage through the chests.
Okay. You can easily pull out whatever kind of brightly colored scarf that you might be looking for. You guys haven't seen my brothers by any chance, have you? We're supposed to start practicing.
No, but I heard one of your brothers might be a little upset.
Oh, from who?
Or was it this one that was upset?
Oh, this is the one that was upset.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. Hey, what was that mask you were working on?
Oh, this is for our act. And you can see, like, he puts it on his face. And it looks kind of like this, it kind of just takes on the form of eerily like a human. And he kind of like gestures towards like this trench coat on the side. He's like, yeah, we all work together. And we're kind of like, you know? And he like kind of gestures.
There are 3 kobolds in a trench coat?
Yes.
Okay. I think I understand what your act is, and you're right. I don't think I would be able to help you with your act. I'm a little too tall.
We're also part of the juggling act.
Do you get juggled or do you juggle?
Both.
Ooh.
It's juggleception. And he's like,
Flint, what do you think we should do now?
I'm distracted rummaging through clothes. I found a small trench coat and I pull it out and wear it.
I forgot to mention this little kobold. He also has like a little bowler hat and he has a fake mustache on.
Oh my god.
I pull out my monocle and put my monocle on.
Ah! You look very fancy, Flint.
You do too. Drip.
Indubitably, and he like strokes his mustache. Well, can you guys, if you're not busy, do you think you could find my brothers? We're supposed to rehearse. We have to go on in a few hours.
Yeah, I'm sure if I see another kobold that looks like me but tinier, I could tell him to get back here.
Yes, please.
That Drip with 1P is looking for them.
Yes. Tell them to move their asses.
Move their asses. All right, I can do that. And I can
All right.
do it in your voice.
Thanks, guys, and welcome again.
Thanks, Drip.
Thank you.
And do you guys leave the tent, or did
I
you want to
think
look around some more?
I wanna do a gosh, an investigation check. I have bad investigation, but I guess that's what I'm looking to do. I want to look around and see if I can see anything that might be
What
out of
stands out?
place. Yeah, what stands out?
Okay.
What's worth looking at?
Can I offer?
Yeah. So, one of you can make a check with advantage, or you can both make checks, investigation checks.
What's your investigation, Flint?
+2.
You can roll with advantage.
Okay, let me try this check thing. So it was,
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, when you guys walked in with your tickets, you guys all have fake butterfly wings on your backs to like show that you have tickets.
Okay.
And then the performers all have like different colored ones.
Oh.
But
are these magical butterfly wings?
No. But
okay, I rolled a 12.
There's like different colored ones strewn across like the workers and the performers and blah blah blah. But yeah. But it all worked out. Advantage. Okay. Yeah. So I say so there's these pair of like green leprechaun boots, and they're tied together by their laces, and that kind of piques your interest. Otherwise, there's kind of like other random things, there's like a retractable dagger that's like, for stunt work.
I would
a bunch of like
a retractable dagger. It sounds like it could be useful later.
A bunch of like costume jewelry. There's like a headband with a sparkling unicorn horn.
I think I want to look at the shoes.
Okay.
Are they magical? Can I tell if they're magical?
One way to know, put them on.
I guess these are like leprechaun size shoes, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I couldn't even make myself small enough to do that, so. Hey Flint, do you want to try on some shoes?
Okay.
I guess I tossed the shoes to Flint then to put on.
So, Flint, you pull on the shoes, and they're a little bit tight on you still too, but they like kind of expand to fit your feet.
Oh, magical size changing shoes.
And are they just leprechaun shoes?
They just look like leprechaun shoes.
I keep them on.
But it's very vibrant and festive.
I guess if there's nothing else to really look at inside here, or nothing that we need right now, we should probably head out and find out where the others are at.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to head out of the tent.
Yeah.
All right. So while we're doing that, so Zazu, hissing in his bubble, floating around, you end up kind of hopping back over the, I need the map. Like right in front of the game booths, like behind where the monkey was. And Nanrim, if you want to kind of guide your bubble down there too, you can. But Zazu, you start kind of like floating down after it pops.
How
Wait,
how
where are
much
the game
control of
rules?
our bubble do we have?
You can steer yours pretty much effectively however you want. Zazu had no control over his, and it just kind of ends up popping over the game area.
Can I steer my bubble under him to maybe like cushion his fall?
Sure. Well, he's like floating down, so yeah, you can kind of like
Oh,
get under
floating,
him.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the game? Is it like near like the carousel?
So that's gonna be so like that circle kind of around the carousel. I would say it's kind of like the game area.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So as Zazu's coming down, he continues to hiss the same hiss that the snakes that he pecks for fun make.
Yes. Nim, Nanrim, did you still want to float underneath, or are you just gonna like go?
Yeah, I'm gonna float underneath just to like cushion what
Okay.
I would think would be like the fall.
Okay. So you kind of get under him, and like he's like kind of like you can feel like the weight kind of like catch it for like a bit, and like but then you can see that he starts like penetrating the bubble, and it just kind of pops, and then you both just are floating down now. But it's it's a very slow descent. Yimban, you're kind of hustling after them. They weren't going like super fast. You're able to like kind of keep up with a decent trot. And you can see them now like floating as they're like slowly descending from the sky.
I just want to check in and like ask him if he's okay.
You just hear hissing back.
Gimban's still trotting, getting closer, and he's just watching them just like slowly float down, not knowing that there was a safety measure that was added to the carnival for such things. Gimban's just like, oh man.
He sees this. Zazu bows his head down, flaps his wing, hissing louder. More angry at the idea that a wingless person is flying and he is not.
So you guys both land, and so now you're in front of like these kind of various booths. There's like a ring toss, and there's like these goblins like wrestling in a ring. Like these, like a cyclops is sitting. There's like a staring contest. There's these other like carnival game booths that you don't see, and then like behind you is this booth that just says like lost property. And you can kind of see, you can hear the music playing in the background still from the monkey, still kind of like pretty happy sounding.
Would Valeth have told me what he had lost? Like, honestly, would you have trusted me enough to tell me what you had lost?
Probably not.
Okay. Then instead of heading to the lost property, I'm gonna head back to the ticket booth and demand my money back.
What are you doing, Pause?
I think Gimban's trying to see if there's a spot where he can get a good dark ale after some of the events that just happened already.
Yes, there are like kind of food booths scattered around that you could get like a nail from for sure.
Do I smell this? Do I like smell food?
Oh yeah, like there's there's pop bells and like fried cakes and the like hot dog stands. Yeah, they're scattered throughout. Easily accessible.
Mid-march towards the ticket booth, I turn around and just start drooling and head towards. Wait, who is with me?
Me.
Yeah, you have Nanrin and Gimpen.
I head with Gimpen to go get some food and drinks, and I'm just pointing at my mouth while drooling, basically saying like insinuating feed me. Still crying.
While that happens, I'm gonna see that they are headed for food, and then I'm going to see that there's a wrestling contest, and I'm gonna go over there.
All right.
Ooh.
With Gimvan and Zazu, you kind of pull up on this stall, and there's so there's like your typical ale, there's your like your draft. No, your untapped beer, your untapped ales. Normally you would see, but they also have kind of like this eveningberry wine. There's like various nectars from like other flowers. They have like Fae themed alcohol and like craft things, right? Craft ales and stuff. And there's also like various like sweets, lollipops, and cookies, and like cupcakes with like glitter, along with like your more typical food, with like deep fried treats of various things and other fried food, as well as like cotton candy and things like that. There's there's various workers kind of working the stalls, and one of them like kind of this like human guy sees you guys and kind of waves you over. Is like, can I get you guys anything?
I think Zazu just stares back and starts hissing. Stares back and starts hissing, but the gestures of his wings pointing towards his mouth as he's crying doesn't end.
And he looks at Gimvan. It's like, what can I get y'all?
Well, Gimvan's gonna order one of their very good nectar ales that he's going to try. And it's also trying to figure out what to give to Zazu.
I think in that moment, you just hear an elvish voice, a young elvish man, his voice come from Zazu's mouth, asking for the finest mead and seeds. Just seeds to eat.
So Gimvan will actually turn back and ask for their finest meat and seeds that they have.
All right, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. He like starts gathering up all of the stuff, pouring the drinks. They come in these like kind of shiny, glittering, like carnival sippy cups. And then get them like hand it over to you guys with like the seeds, and he throws in like some extra like a burger and stuff, and he's like, well, that'll be that's 2 punches.
Gimvan's gonna cover the 2 punches, and he hands over his ticket.
All right, so you got quite a bit of food. bunch of like drinks, a bunch of food for the 2 punches.
So Gimban gives the meat and seeds to Zazu. Hopefully that will satisfy Zazu for the time being.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are gonna try to deal with that. Oh my god. Nanrim, so you guys go up to the wrestling ring, and so they just hear like strong host, test your mettle in a goblin wrestle. And there's like a bunch of people kind of gathered around this ring. There's this like little gnome with like purple wings standing around, kind of like gathering people who like, any of it take us. And you can kind of see there's like this small other like there's this halfling in the ring that's like wrestling with this goblin, and they're trying to like pin each other on the mat. And then the goblin wins and is like, oh, stop! And this bigger kind of like human guy gets up, and so there's like 2 goblins that come up, and they're like trying to wrestle both of them at once. And the goblins end up victorious again. He's like, oh, and take us, take us.
I'm watching this and I'm immediately wondering if this is like a scheme, or if this is like a trap, or some sort of like, trickery.
Go ahead and make insight check.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what was your background again?
Acolyte.
You're an acolyte, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have a lot of carnival experience, I'd say, like fair things necessarily. So you're kind of looking out, and for it doesn't seem like super shady, right? It just looks like everyone's having fun and good times. But you like can tell that like the goblins are probably skilled at what they do, right? Because they're they're playing with people who are getting prizes if they win. It's like a ticket punch to like give it a try. So it's just like the small participants get to wrestle one goblin, but if you're a larger creature, you have to wrestle both of them at the same time. So it's just like it's a strength test, of the will.
I think with that knowledge, I think I'll partake. I think I'll try to test my strength.
All right. And he's like, welcome. Do we have a taker here? And he looks up at you, and he's like, want to test your strength against our 2 champs?
And then Number's gonna kind of like puff up a little bit, and then just kind of grunt and nod.
All right. So he's like, 1 ticket punch, please.
And then I'll hand him my ticket.
All right, punch. So we're going to so you get into the ring, and then you kind of face off against these 2 goblins. One's like in a silver leotard, and like the other one's in a gold one, and they're like, all right, let's go! And they kind of like run at you. So we're gonna make an athletics check.
Okay. Athletics check. 10 or 11.
All right. So you kind of like dive, and you kind of like try to grab one of them to like kind of throw them onto the ground to pin them, but they kind of like slips out from the grass, and the other one kind of like grabs your leg and starts like dragging you down. The other one like jumps on your arm, and they're trying to like push you down. Can you make another athletics check?
Yes, let's see. The same.
All right. So you kind of, the other one kind of like pulls you down to the ground, and the other one's like kind of like trying to get your legs pinned as they like leaps across your legs. So one last athletics check to see if you can like kick him off before he pins you.
Yeah. Okay. 17.
All right, yeah. So you just as he's about to like pin you, it's like 1, 2, you like kind of hit him in the face first, and then he like stutters back, and he's like, ah! And the other one, you gotta get up and sit up, and you're gonna try to pin the one in the gold one who has your arms. Make an athletic test against him.
Okay. Oh!
Oh, a natural 20.
Oh my god.
We've gotten a lot of 20s and 1s already.
All right. So, as the other one, the silver one, jumps back on your back, and he's like, "No!" trying to pull you off of his friend, but you manage to get the gold one on the ground, and you have him on, like, have your elbow across his chest, your arm against his chest, and you're like holding him down as you like kind of roll onto your back, and then also pin the silver one at the same time. And it's like 1, 2, 3, and it's like, we have a winner. And he like kind of like gets on his, he has like a little step stool, and he like gets on his ladder and holds your arm up. You're my friend, folks! And everyone's like cheering, and the goblins kind of like get up and they're like clapping, like, good fight, boss, good fight.
I'm relief, and I'm just gonna, thank you.
Yeah, and they give you your prize. So they give you this little bag with 4 silver pieces.
4 silver pieces.
And you have this replica unicorn horn, and it's filled with like all these sparkling candies.
Oh. Replica unicorn horn with candies. What kind of candies are these?
Do you want to taste one?
Yeah, I'll taste one.
Okay. So you like kind of pop one in your mouth. It's kind of like the size of like a Pez. And it kind of like instantly dissolves, and suddenly your mouth is like filled with this taste of like spiced apples and like vanilla ice cream.
Okay. I'm going to put this in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah. And then after I collect all of my things, I'm gonna go meet up with Gimlin and Sasu.
Mm-hmm. So we reconnect with you guys. I had your little conversation and ate some of your stuff. What do you guys want to do here? As like Ganrim comes back to reconnect with you guys.
You hear Zazu's voice, and it continues with the same voice of the young elf, but this time maybe a little bit older, maybe as if years have gone by. And you hear the voice say, I seek glory, glory and treasure.
And then I'll chuckle and just basically tell or say to him, yeah, I won a wrestling contest.
Wait, you just tell us that you won the contest?
Yeah.
I'd probably pull out like a silver piece and just hand it to you.
And I'll decline it and then hand him and Zazu a candy and say, here, try this.
I eat the candy, spit out a seed, and then try to hand you that.
And I'll take the seed and put it in my breast pockets.
Ben's idling, just staring back and forth, watching the interaction between them both, sipping the last bit of the nectar ale.
The same gesture that Nicholas did to with the two eyes. I'm looking at you. I do that, and I do to my new drip. I just do it back and just stare, and all you see is like my black beady eyes and my beak.
Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry, give me a second. Wait, Zazu's staring at Gimben right now? With those
I'm
beady
staring
eyes?
at both. So I turn to both of them and do the same gesture of like I'm watching you.
I'm just gonna chuckle again and ask how he liked the candy.
I think you hear a child's voice back, not an elf, but a strange creature, as if it's like an animal talking.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice says, "It's sweet like your tears."
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm gonna look taken aback for a second, and then I'm just gonna nod and not say anything else.
Zazu nods back as if he did the right thing. He's very proud that he masterfully handled this conversation and just puts his wing up, doing trying to do like almost a thumbs up gesture at both of them, and just starts nodding his head like, "Yeah, I did it." Zazu is curious. What's around? What can we go to?
Yeah, so you can hear kind of like the Calliope still playing, right? But there's now the carousel is a lot louder because it's kind of like right behind the game booth area. If you kind of see further, you can see like what looks like big red dragonflies flying people like carnival goers around. You can see kind of further north, there seems to be like another like waterway where people are getting on these like giant swans. There's also they're kind of the closest things that you can kind of see an eye line right now. And there's also like the big top that you can kind of always see wherever you are in the carnival, still to like the west.
I'm going to note those two things. I'm going to note the location of the big top and the swans, thinking that people probably drop things out of their pockets while riding those swans. So there's probably treasure in the water. I'm going to look at both of you and gesture towards the lost property, not with the intentions of finding stuff, but the intentions of taking something for myself. So I head over there.
Number is gonna see the swans and then like kind of have like a moment where they remembered something, and then see Zazu gesture to the lost property, and then start heading that way too.
All right.
Gimban finishes his nectar ale and is trying to decide whether to follow them both, but he does take notice of the big top, wondering what's inside. But that's kind of the least of his things to do, so he just follows right after Zazu.
So one of the things I did argue that I'd probably be feeling bad is that Bailiff isn't here to go to the lost property to help me steal stuff. So I think I would look towards the big top and say, point at both lost property or big top, hoping that you guys would guide me towards an answer. Otherwise, I'm just going to steal something. I'm probably trying to rummage through your stuff and steal something too.
Sensing or remembering that Zazu came here with someone else, or came here with Ayla, I'll Namorin would probably go towards the big top.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
All right, then I follow you. I follow towards the big top with the intention of going there, get the boy, and then head back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I look at Jim then and ask for a hug?
Oh.
In a child's voice.
I certainly can.
Wait, so I can't? So what is Jim Van's response?
Mm-hmm.
Jim Van, being a little bit under the influence of the nectar elm, he slightly nods.
So do you offer me the hug?
I offer you. Gimbans will offer the hug.
All right. I want to rummage through his pockets, not with the intention of stealing something, but see what he has.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh my god.
The answer is yes.
Yeah. Oz, what would you like kind of have like that would kind of keep Zazu's interest?
It's basically what's over in my inventory, correct?
Right.
I mean, all I have with me right now is just a bedroll, a mess kit, a ration that will last for a day.
Yeah, like, do you have anything that you might bring that, it doesn't have to be on your sheet, but you might be carrying, trinkets of any kind?
Well, he does carry, Grimvan does carry a trinket that was passed down to him when he got older, when he got initiated into the, when he got officially into the clan. Small trinket that his grandfather had passed down to him.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Not the clan.
So, I note this. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to take one of my gold and swap it with one of yours. Just as proof that I can do this.
All right. Yes, it goes through successfully.
All right, let's practice. Thank you. And now I march in front of them, happy and singing like a songbird, like towards the big top, Just proud as hell.
Alrighty.
Flint and I are probably out in front of the big top, like heading
Yes.
towards like the
So
Calliope.
you
at
guys
this
are
point.
gonna pretty much run into each other at this point, yeah.
Oh, hey, you guys been up to anything fun?
Oh, just, fighting, wrestling, same old, same old.
You wrestled somebody?
Yeah, and 2 people, actually, and I won.
Oh man, I'm sorry I missed out on that.
Yeah, it's no problem. Do you want a candy?
Sure, I'll try a piece.
Then I'll offer all of them a piece of candy.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Piece candy.
Piece of candy.
Can I immediately try to hug Bailiff
Yeah.
now that we've returned and we're reunited?
Yeah. Bailiff gets down on his knees and gives you a hug. And I'm Bailiff again, like I'm not the kobold.
Are you still a couple?
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah.
I want to steal the candy.
Oh yeah? Marcus outside of here?
And what do I roll? Oh,
So we're gonna put that on your passive. So your passive is
13.
13, yeah. So yeah, you rummage through.
And I offer the candy back to him as if I'm the one gifting it to him.
Oh, thank you for the candy, Zazu. Thank you so much.
Zazu's best bird. No problem.
Zazu is best bird.
All right, I'm even more proud of myself. I'm starting to bow and just screech.
So as you guys kind of meet up at the big top, you can kind of hear now that it sounds like about to start inside, or like
You said something's about to start inside?
the performance, yeah.
Ooh. We met some of the performers backstage, and it sounds like the show's about to start. Do you all want to go and see the show at the big top before we do anything else?
Did we find Drip and Drop?
Oh, we have not yet. Is this? We should probably go and find Drip and Drop. That's right. We were
a possibility we ran into them like on our way over.
No, but you can tell that like when they're starting, it's kind of like, pre-starting, so everyone's like starting to gather into the tent.
Okay, we
like,
still have time.
The commercial advertisement preview things before the performance starts, kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody, there is a kobold named Drip with 1 P that we met, and he's looking for his 2 brothers, Drip with 2 P's and Drop, and they're all little blue kobolds. He asked us to find them before the show, and it sounds like the show is going to be starting soon. Have any of you seen any of these little blue kobolds around by chance? If not, I have an idea of who we might be able to ask.
Is this us investigating or like perception or something?
I would say like you guys, well, on your adventure, you did not see a little blue kobold. No.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we didn't see one.
I would like to run over to the Calliope monkey real quick and use my awakened mind to talk to the monkey and say, "Hi, it's me, Valith, from earlier. I gave you the trinket. We're looking for Drip with 2 P's and Drop. Have you seen either of them?"
So he kind of looks up and he's like, Ernest. And he's like, actually, yeah, I saw what's a drip? Was a drop? I can't tell. But he points over to kind of like northern from you guys. I'd say towards like where's the map? Kind of like towards like the like northeastern, so towards like either like the gondola swans or the carousel, like somewhere in that area. Screaming. He was screaming, "Not again, not again, oh God, not again."
Oh.
He was in a
Okay, well,
bubble.
he was in a bubble? Okay, thank you so much for that information. And I take out another one of the trinkets that Zazu gave me earlier to give to the monkey, and I give this to the monkey.
It's like, thanks very much.
All right, and then I go back and I relay that information to the rest of the group, along with I think that we should split into 2 teams, and one should go up to near the gondolas, and one should head over by the carousel, and see if we can find either of these kobolds.
Okay.
And Flint, I think that if we can only find one of the
I'll fill in.
kobolds, you can fill in, and that way there still be 3 kobolds for the show.
I was thinking the same thing.
Good idea.
All right. So who's heading where?
I'll go to the gondolas.
Okay.
I too will go to the gondolas.
Okay. Gondola.
I'll head towards the carousel then.
Okay.
I'm heading towards the carousel because it's close to the lost thing, and that was the intention anyway.
All right. Gimban.
Gimban's still trying to decide whether to go to the gondola or the carousel.
I grab Gimban's hand. Just pull towards me. You're going over here.
I guess Gimban is following Zazu.
All right. All right. So, Flint and Manu head up to the gondolas. So you guys approach it. You see like these enormous swans. They're like gliding through the water, and they're pulling these ornate like wooden boats and that are like draped in these beautiful flowers and vines. And they kind of like pull the boats into these like banks of silver mist as they're kind of moving their way down the river. And you can kind of see where you can see like the docks and area where the swans are kind of like waiting and like preening their feathers for like the next patrons that are coming up.
Numnum is going to immediately make a comment about the beauty of the swans. Like they're just really graceful, pretty creatures.
One of them kind of turns around and she's like, "Why, thank you."
Ooh.
She's like, "I'm Featherine. It's a pleasure." And she kind of bows.
And then I'll bow back and ask her, has she seen a blue cobalt around?
Drip with 2 P's or drop?
Oh, those 2 bumbling buffoons.
One might have flown by on a bubble.
Oh, well, I didn't see that one. But, one of them was here. I never know which one it is. I only remember Drip with the 1 P. He's the only one with his head on right. He had one of those metal detectors and was searching around the banks. Something about looking for treasure. I don't know.
Which way on the banks?
She kind of gestures with her wings to like the west bank.
Okay. Do you want to go that way? Flint?
We shall go to the west bank and look for drip or drop.
I think it's drop.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I think this one. Yes.
And just between us, and she kind of winks, she's like, if you do see that mermaid Palasha, I heard. She like kind of goes, I heard Candlefoot was going to propose to her.
Candlefoot.
Oh yes, the Mayan who works the Hall of Illusions.
Okay, thank you. We'll keep that in mind.
It's been a pleasure. Come back, darlings.
Ooh, not a proposal.
I hope you find Drop or Drip or whatever his name is.
What was the name? Pasharina?
Palasha.
Palasha.
Okay.
And who's proposing?
Yeah.
Candlefoot.
Candlefoot. Okay. Palasha and Candlefoot. Okay.
And her name was Featherina?
Yeah.
Featherine.
Featherine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna make our way back down to or over to the West Bank.
All right. Yeah. As you kind of get there, you see a little blue kobold like digging in the sand, looking for something. He's got like goggles on his face. He's like muttering to himself as he's searching.
You're gonna be late for your show.
Your brother is looking for you.
My brother. What? She looks up. Who are you?
I'm Flint.
And I'm Ned Ream. We just saw your brother. Well, we saw your brother earlier, and the big cop show is about to start.
Ah, well, I'm Drip with 2 P's. So nice to meet you, I guess. Oh shoot, you're right. And he's like looks at the time. And he's like, oh, thank you.
Wait,
kind
I'm
of like
gonna come with you. I like chase after him because in case I need to fill in for
like
the other brother.
scuttles off.
I pursue.
Naneem, are you gonna follow them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sigh and immediately follow after.
Or are you gonna gossip with Featherine some more?
Yeah, I'm gonna gossip. Can I, before I run off, can I look around for the mermaid?
Yeah, you can. Do you want to ask Featherine where Palasha is?
Oh, I thought she said that she was, or that they were by the West Bank, or was that just?
She was just saying. She was just sharing the knowledge because she was like, she's a bit of a gossip.
Oh, okay. Well, can I ask her? Can I ask her where she is? Where she is?
Yeah. She's like, oh yes. She's like, if you just go further east, where there's like a little clearing in the lake, and she'll be over there. She performs. She's a singer,
I'll just
gorgeous voice.
I'll take
Gorgeous
her again, and I'll still follow behind.
Between you and me, I do think she's too good for him.
Oh.
But you can't choose who you fall in love with sometimes,
Palasha is a mermaid, though, right? She is actually a mermaid, right?
She told you she's a mermaid, yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I'll still follow Flint, and then just kind of keep it in the back of my mind.
Okay. So you guys are headed back to the big top. Zazu, Valus, Gimban. You guys are headed for the carousel.
Yes.
So as you guys kind of get closer, this big, grandiose, like really beautiful carousel spinning around. There's like a bunch of wooden unicorns on it. There's like fairgoers who are getting on the backs, and there's this female centaur that's like turning the ride on and off and watching like the people go by and like waving at them. You can see like the unicorns that they're riding, like like they move and they shake their manes and they kind of like move around the carousel themselves. They're not like attached to bars, they kind of just move. And there is a what looks like a little blue kobold who's on the ride, kind of enjoying himself along with the other patrons.
How far away? Ooh. How far away are we from the kobold on the ride? Even if it's like on the other side of the ride.
You're within like 10 feet or so.
Okay.
We're very, very close, yeah.
I would like to use Awakened Mind, and I would like to do a intimidation and just scream, "You're late! You're late for the show!"
Okay. Make an intimidation.
You cut out there, sorry.
Intimidation check with advantage.
$24.
Nice. Okay. So as the ride is kind of going around toward like on your guys' side, you can see the kobold kind of leap and it falls out of off the horse saddle. He's like clinging to the side, and he's like, Diana, stop the ride! I need to get off! I need to get off! He's like kind of running around, and you see the centaur lady kind of like sigh, and she's like, "Drop! Oh my god!" She like in. Because she seems alarmed that Trump is like clinging to his life on the horse. He stops the ride. Everyone's like confused, like, oh. And Drop just kind of like clambers onto the floor, and it's like, ah! And he like kind of scampers past her, and she's like, oh, well, good luck. And she's like, I'm so sorry, everyone. And like she starts the ride again, and people are like going around. As the kobold like scampers past back towards the big top.
And I guess we just go and follow the kobold back to the big top.
As we're doing that, I'm just repeating what you said, following like right behind him. You're late for the show, and just keep going.
Oh, that was with my mind voice, so you wouldn't have heard that.
Damn it. And I just follow behind him closely, like mimicking his movements.
You probably would have heard the kobold shouting, "I'm late."
Oh,
okay. Then I will repeat, I'm late, following behind him, like a hair's breadth away, like right behind him.
menace.
All right. So you guys get back to the big top, like right together. Who reconnects? You have found both the kobold brothers. Everyone's kind of like gathering into the top. You can see Drip, with 1P, like standing at the dressing room entrance. The two brothers like kind of run past, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are late. We're about to go on." And he kind of sees Flint in the background. He's like, "Hey!" And he like waves you over.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Hi. Thanks for finding those idiots.
Anytime.
Here you go. And he gives you a fake mustache.
I put it on.
If you, he's like, we have some other family members out there. Maybe they'll help you. Thanks. And he like kind of scutters back into the camp tent to get ready for the show.
I want that fake mustache.
So as you guys kind of like, are you guys gonna go into the big top?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
So as you get inside, the roof of the tent is like reaching towards the night sky. It has like 3 swooping peaks, and they're all topped with spinning gold stars, and it's glittering and shimmering. There's painted wooden panels on the tent walls that are like whirling with multicolorful lights, and it's just a very like vibrant. And there's a sound of music and laughter drifting out as everyone's like gathering in, and you know they're all excited for the show to start. And you see this very tall, like gangly man kind of walks into the center of the ring. Here. Send a picture. And he's just, welcome everyone. Yes, welcome to the Witchlight Carnival. I hope you all have been enjoying yourselves. I am Mr. Light, and I welcome you to our grand abode. May you enjoy this performance and have a great time. As he like kind of leaves the ring to applaud, these like troop of like 8 clowns like clamor into the arena as they start doing all this like kind of slapstick comedy of like putting each other's faces and bouncing on balls and falling over banana peels. And like one of them and they finally all kind of like 7 of them load into like one cannon, and one of them like lights it and just starts shooting them all at different intervals. Tightrope above the whole crowd, and they take their bow. Then the next performance is this elf ballerina who's like dancing with all these animated costumes that are like coming out of this magic wardrobe. It's kind of that scene in Sleeping Beauty, where the birds and the cloak, you know, but they're like there's no animals in them. They're just like invisible dancing along with her. That's when you notice. Can I have you all make perception checks here?
Perception checks.
Okay. Valeth Flint Gimvan, you notice that there is a spectral hand, and it keeps trying to like grip her in the middle of her performance. And there's a part where she actually does stumble, and like everyone's like, but she like catches herself and makes it look intentional. Everyone's like, oh. Keeps going through her performance, but there's like the hand keeps like trying to trip her up, and at the end it does end up like fully tripping her, and she falls, and but the cloaks kind of like all fall on her like it was supposed to be like a grand finish, but it wasn't like entirely convincing. Like half the crowd bought it and half the crowd didn't.
Is there anyone that I can see that's like looks like they might be spellcasting and controlling the hand?
As you guys kind of can we make another perception check?
Yeah.
The three of you who saw it.
God damn. Oh.
Okay. You see kind of in like the back part of like the opposite side of the crowd that you guys are on, someone with a hood is moving down the stairs and leaving like the back of the big top.
I want to follow after them.
Okay.
I think I quickly to the people that like saw the hand. I think I just want to give them like a look and like start walking towards where that person exited from.
Okay. And so Valus is following towards the figure.
Yes.
I like
Do I? Oh,
pull on Nanrim's shirt or like shirt sleeve. And let's go.
And then I look kind of confused, but I look back at the lady, and then I look at Flint, and then I get up and follow.
Okay. So you guys are moving towards the exit they took. While they're kind of like
You cut out.
the stage, she looks very embarrassed. You can see that's when
You keep cutting out.
you're about to take the stage.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Leaving and see.
No.
Oh,
No.
sorry. I don't know why. Let me just leave.
You have to leave and come back.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing.
Hi, sorry, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I think maybe it was on for too long.
Yeah.
Sorry. So as you were leaving, that's when
Oh no.
and so you guys catch a little bit of it at least. It's like they are literally being juggled while also juggling these little orange balls in their hands. And it's a great time and everyone's like cheering for them.
On the cold balls.
But yeah, you guys head out of the tent and you do see the figure kind of like rounding the corner of see where are we? We're at the big top. So you come out of the south side, so you see them kind of headed towards the gondola swans.
How far
And
away are they?
the Silver Lake. They are like 50 feet out.
Would I be able to get within 30 feet of them?
Let's see here. You can try to pursue, but you guys are just gonna kind of just be running at that distance, it seems, for a bit until they stop.
Are other people around us right now?
Yeah, they're like other fairgoers kind of walking around.
Okay.
Okay.
I also have a question. I don't know if this is an in-game question or not, but what's the policy on spellcasting at the fair? Or is that something we have to like?
In like with their in terms of like components kind of thing, or like
No, like if I cast a spell, like will that be frowned upon if it's like public, or is this something I should be like hiding away?
It depends on the nature of the spell, I think. The carnival, because we are like in like a public space where it's just supposed to be fun, so anything that's like super aggressive might attract like, security or something like that.
Okay.
Versus like,
think it's
a more
aggressive.
fun-filled spell will be like, oh, that's just a fun time. Yeah, depends if you get caught or not,
Who? Okay, maybe I'll wait. I'll wait for now. So I'll just continue following until they stop.
I'm gonna like kind of be like asking like what's going on because I didn't see the hand.
So if you're like asking what's going on as we're following along, I think I would just relay what I saw with the hand trying to trip the performer, and also the mysterious cloaked figure that looked like they were spellcasting and then quickly tried to make an exit.
And do I notice that where we're heading?
Yeah,
Like
we're heading towards the swans, yeah.
I'm gonna say to Flint, isn't this where we just came from?
Kind of. Looks like it. I wonder if Featherine's still around.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. And then I guess I'll just be following.
So as you guys kind of pass the lake again, the lake, there's like a big crowd forming on this side of the carnival now, and so it's getting difficult to maintain sight on them, but you can tell that they are either here by the gondolas or they went up towards like the lake.
Ooh. Do we see Featherine?
Yes, she's still up there.
Can we ask her if she saw someone?
Yeah, we can talk to her. And she's like, I'm sorry, what did they look like, dear?
Was a suspicious hooded figure.
Suspicious hooded figure.
Somebody who might be interested in ruining the big top performance.
A big top performance?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know you're full of information. You're very smart.
She smiles. She's like, oh, flattery will get you everywhere, Jer. Now that you mention it, I did see there were a few people with cloaks that were headed up towards the lake to watch Palash's performance.
Ooh, that sounds like a good lead. Thank you.
Yes, of course. So you think they messed with the performance?
Potentially.
Whose performance was it?
So you know the lady who dances with clothes?
Not Irene. Oh, the poor dear.
They like tripped her.
Oh. She already was so embarrassed. Oh my goodness. Oh, the poor dear. Well, I hope you find them.
Do you know anyone who might want to see her performance fail?
No, Irene is a very nice lady. I don't think anyone has problems with her. Like a little boring, maybe, but nothing like that's not terrible.
Okay. Well, thank you again.
The poor dear, she just lost her favorite pair of sunglasses the other day, and now this. Oh my goodness.
Not sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, she just got them. You know, they filter UVC rays. It's, oh my goodness.
You say UBC rays?
Yes.
It's the ones you have to be extra careful about. You know, everyone talks about UVA and UVB. No one talks about UVC.
Well, thank you so much.
Of course, of course.
Then we can head, I guess, that direction towards Palasha.
Good luck, dears. And she like waves a wing.
Okay.
So as you guys approach the lake, you can see there's like a bunch of like mist that kind of gather at the banks, and there's like a bunch of like wooden like bleachers and stuff set up for people to sit in, and people are like gathering in this like kind of large semi look at this kind of giant orb that's like filled with water, that's kind of like floating above like the lake shore, and there's like a bunch of these like sculptures that are like kind of spinning and orbiting around it, and there's this beautiful voice that is coming from this mermaid who's in the orb, and she's performing to the crowd. And like people are gathering, like there's ushers like ushering the crowd in, like fill in, scoot down, everyone will see Palasha.
Can I look around to see if we see, or if I see the hooded person?
Yeah, do you all want to make perception checks here?
Sure, let's see.
We're all making perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
Zazu doesn't see shit.
Ooh.
Zazu makes eye contact as he's singing. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I would say Nanrim and Flint. Like right as he like summons this swarm of like these fish creatures, these various floating orbs that are gathered around her too. They're kind of like jumping around as she's singing.
Ooh.
You hear someone in the crowd. They're shouting, "Those things are fucking ugly!"
Can I tell what they are?
Yeah.
I know these are too.
Yeah, make a nature check.
Ooh.
Ooh, so that was alone for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so Flint, in your various studies, you know them as quippers. They are a type of carnivorous fish.
Quippers.
Those are quippers. They're gonna eat her.
Wait, what's in the water?
Piranhas.
No, sorry, that was Valeth responding because I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Piranhas.
Quippers. They're gonna eat her.
Oh no, Zazu, it's time to fish.
I immediately pull out my hand crossbow and aim for their fish. I'm hungry.
Oh no. We're about to ruin this for real. Oh, no.
Wait, are the fish part of the performance? I'm so confused.
I would say. I don't see who would know this. You all are kind of a band of weirdos.
Wait, is this Fae related? Because then I'd have to look at.
It is not, but you guys are magic aware, like magic aware. So I would say yes. You would have seen that it was a spell she cast, so she summoned them for part. Yeah.
Oh,
She did it herself.
I
Put them
think
far away.
Yeah.
I'm just drooling.
Okay. I won't firebolt them.
Yes.
Please.
Since we kind of lost our lead on this shady character, I'm just gonna kind of focus in on the performance because that fish thing kind of scared me for a minute.
Do we see any of the hooded figures?
Yeah.
Do I see anything shiny while they're looking for the hooded figures?
Zazu, you see various shiny things. Like the sand itself on the shore bank is like filled with like very super colorful shells.
The pouch that I had, I'm gonna fill that up with the shells.
So you kind of like get down and try to like shovel shells in there. Okay.
The one with the rainbow dust that got me high. It's now filled with shells.
The guards are kind of like looking at you, but they let you do it. They're just like watching you. Sorry, Valeth, what were you looking for?
Hooded figures. We were.
You were looking for the
initially. Yeah.
Yes. So yes, there's another. You hear another shout from the crowd. That's like, "What is with that warning?" And you can see for a second she kind of like one of her orbs like drops because she's like caught off guard, and she like picks up and she keeps singing. And you guys, was it Flint and Namrin? You guys see movement in the crowd again. There's like another hooded figure moving again through the crowd. Valeth and Gimvan, as you guys are kind of looking around too, you guys, at least you are hearing the lyrics, and it's really kind of like tragic song about like a lover who can't speak anymore, and the kind of the frustration of that drop in communication. But yeah, what do you guys want to do here?
I want to pursue the hooded figure.
Yeah, I'm taking the lead of anybody who knows what's going on.
Okay, yeah, we would like to pursue.
Are we within? Have they pointed out this hooded figure to me yet?
Yeah, well, I would have definitely been like, hey, do you see that over there?
Are we within 30 feet of them now?
As we're kind of moving through the crowd, I'd say yeah, you're getting in range.
Okay, like as soon as we get into range and they hit like the edge of the crowd and they start like getting a little bit away from the crowd, I would like to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on this Tasha.
Okay. So here they're about to do another action. So I think here I want us to roll an initiative roll between the two of us, and then we'll see who goes first for this.
Okay.
Is this our first initiative roll?
Fuck.
Please.
I have faith. I have faith.
Okay.
Roll
Okay.
a 3. Roll a
All right.
3.
All right. So what ends up happening here is so your spell is still going to go off. There's another shout from within the crowd. It's weird because it seems like it's coming from different spots in the crowd. Someone was like, "Get
You cut out. What did I say?
sorry, get off the stage!"
Okay.
Oh.
And
Oh. Okay. Okay.
and then the orbs drop, and she Palasha like jumps out of the main orb into the lake, and the performance stops, and everyone's confused at what just happened as the guards are like trying to usher people, like keep everyone calm. Your spell goes off. So what is your spell DC?
My spell DC is a Wisdom save of 14.
Thank you. All right. So as everyone's kind of like moving, the figure just kind of like falls at the edge of kind of where these like this tree line where like you could like head back into the carnival, and is just on the ground. And you can see them kind of like what seems like writhing on the ground. Everyone else is kind of moving, like confused and like moving around because they don't really know. This person like left the crowd really. That's why, right? They're kind of like on the outskirts. So you see them, and everyone's kind of moving past and scattering again in confusion, dispersing. But you can approach them at this time.
Can I,
Okay.
while they're doing that, can I look at to see if there are any cohorts that notice this?
Yeah.
Just-
Ooh.
Yeah. Make a perception check here.
Oh. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
From what you can tell, no one. It looks like the people who are stationed there are busy, like kind of making sure everyone filters out in an orderly manner. So no one's really paying attention to you guys at this time.
Can I try to restrain them to keep them from moving? I know they're writhing, but in the event that something happens when we're going up to them.
Yeah, you guys. So you're gonna approach, like try to like restrain them.
Yeah.
I want to approach with stealth.
And if you're gonna try and restrain them, then I got a wicked intimidation check we could do to.
So stealth check from Zazu, Valith, and Yamrim. You guys are gonna approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I see like where the other voice might have come from?
Jesus.
Yeah, you want to look around and see if you can see if there's anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You said the
another
voice sounded
20.
like it came from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually in these 20s.
That is
Ooh,
crit.
so Zazu is so extreme.
Yeah.
I'm on assassin mode right now. I'm about to kill this man.
Please.
So you're
One
gonna
hand on the hand axe, and I'm ready.
shoot for. Sorry, did you get a perception check, Flint?
Let me do that.
Jesus.
From what you can tell, like with all the
People are too tall. I'm lost.
Yeah, like it's like not really clear. Like if anyone in particular did it. Valus is struggling. Okay, so Namrin and Valus, you guys are approaching more quickly, right? Because you're trying to get there fast to confront them.
Yeah.
How long does Tasha's last for a while, right? Is it like a save every?
Yeah, it's concentration up to a minute. Any creature with an intelligence score. Oh wait, no. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on saving throw if triggered by damage. On a success, the spell ends.
Okay, cool. And then Gimban, what do you want to do here?
Let me try to figure out where the other ones are too. I think I might do a perception check.
Make a perception check. Mm-hmm.
Let me do this.
Mod Gimban.
Wait, the other people involved? I thought that's what I rolled for.
You rolled stealth.
No, beforehand. So
your
I
perception
did
check?
perception to see if there was anyone else involved, and stealth to pursue the person that was on the ground.
Yeah,
Doesn't
when
that show
you
the
look,
other roll?
you did your check, and at the time you didn't see anybody else really. And then, but the voice started appearing in different places. That's why now everyone's like looking for other people.
Gotcha.
She also, yeah, like with the confusion of people moving through the crowd, everyone dispersing doesn't seem very clear. All right, so so you guys get up there really quick. Okay. As you guys approach, the two of you, it's weird because the laughing you're hearing, you do hear laughing. It's very faint. It keeps changing in pitch as if like different people are laughing. And as soon as you guys get up to them, they like sit up and their laughter has stopped and they like look at you guys. And you're face to face with this black bird with like little red eyes. Has like
It's a kangaroo.
and is looking at you guys and it like tilts its head. And it gets up and is like looking at you guys. It's like, who are you?
I think I'm going to use Awaken Mind again, so that way I can speak to the Kenku. And I'm gonna say, I want to do an intimidation, and I want to say who we are is not important. Now, what is important is how you answer these next few questions.
Okay, make an intimidation with advantage.
Ooh, 23.
Nice. So they like shrink back and like the voice change again. And it's like this kind of very smooth, silky voice now. And this is like, there's like no trembling or of octaves or anything. They're like, okay. Ask. I will try to answer.
Who are you?
My name is Kettlestein.
Why were you trying to disrupt the show?
Patron is missing. I can't hear her anymore.
Are you a warlock?
She looks at you. Yes.
Mind blown. Kenku warlock. Okay. Your patron is missing, but that doesn't tell us why you're trying to sabotage the show.
Owners won't listen to me, but I know they're involved.
Who were your owners?
Or the owners of the
owners of the carnival, yeah.
The carnival.
The carnival. Hmm.
I heard them
we need to
speaking.
find somewhere private to talk. We need to find somewhere private to talk. We need to step away somewhere that we can sit down and talk.
Zazu, make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, that's right, because you're still.
Wait, does Spink stuff give me advantage?
I'll let you roll at advantage here. Yeah.
I appreciate it. And that was a 1.
No way.
No.
Wait, what?
No, it wasn't a 1.
Why does it show me 1? Oh, never mind. All right, so the highest is 13.
Okay, yeah. You kind of like you manage to like look at what she's kind of has in her pockets. No, there's like a few like coins. But there's like some silver pieces, like a shiny bauble or two, but nothing more of it like crazy or valuable.
I take it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have like 4 silver pieces and a couple of shiny baubles. That's when she kind of turns around. She's like, "Hello."
This is towards me?
Yeah.
Okay. I look back at the fellow Kenku and just say, I am Zazu, best bird.
Nice to meet you. Zazu, you would notice as a fellow Kenku, her voice is that she's now like kind of switched into is very, very smooth. Usually with like mimicry, there's going to be more fluctuation because the words are kind of pulled out of context. There's no drop with her when she speaks.
Okay, this kind of freaks me out, and I want to know how. So I'll scream the how. How do you talk?
She looks up and she's like, "Gift."
I repeat in that same voice, right back, the same phrase, right back.
And it is like, "Gift."
Wait, what was it? It cut off.
Gift.
Gift. I repeat the phrase and the intensity that they said, like their patron was missing, and I cut everything else out. All you hear is patron.
Yes.
I ask Oral. What is their patron's name?
And she just like holds up a mouth to her, a finger to her, one of her like feathery fingers to her mouth, and she like gestures to like to go somewhere else.
Okay. I go along with this. I say nothing more. But I do look back at Valith and do the finger I'm watching you symbol.
Okay.
I do it at my druid friend.
So you guys kind of want to take her somewhere more private to talk, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of get into like a
Can I still
more secluded
just in case?
clearing. Yeah. Make another perception check. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. no one seems to be following you guys as you kind of like move on to like a better, like a more hidden area, like obscured from like the bleachers and the clearing and stuff. Still within the carnival grounds, but like more. There's not a lot of people roaming around this area now. And she looks up and she's like, "Why are you here?"
I repeat,
Well-
gift, patron.
And she like points at Valeth and she's like, "Gift patron?"
Did your patron give you the gift?
Oh, she's like, gave ability.
Who is your patron?
The name.
I think you cut out.
I'm looking up the name.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was someone I was going to invest my time into as part of my backstory.
Sabilna.
Zabil, Ash.
Damn it.
Ash, god damn it. Not
Ash, yeah, I was looking if she had like a nickname or something though that she would refer to her as, but yeah, I think that one is a better just to go with it.
Zabilna. I've never heard of Zabilna before. So you say that this patron of yours is missing. When did they go missing?
She looks up and she's like, "At least on this plane, it's been." She's like counting. Almost a year.
Almost a year. Okay. And how often does this carnival come around these parts?
Every 8 years.
Every 8 years? Okay.
Okay.
So how do you think that the carnival is involved with your missing patron?
She like leans over and she starts to imitate a conversation. And you hear the familiar voice. "Someone is going to find out about this. They'll shut us down." And there's a following voice. "We agreed to this pact. Our hands are forced, but our eyes were open." And it's "We let the Hourglass Coven take what it wants, and in return we stay in business. That's what you want, right?"
Hourglass Coven. What can you tell us about the Hourglass Coven? What is that?
Also, who was the familiar voice?
The familiar voice was the ringmaster, Mr. Light, that you guys saw in the beginning. I mean, on the beginning, the big top. Mm-hmm. I heard them talking.
He's the mime that's also in charge of the Hall of Illusions, right?
Oh no, that's Candle something.
Candlefoot.
Candlefoot, yeah, that's Candlefoot.
Oh, okay, sorry. That's I was trying to figure out. Mr. Light is different. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so who is this Hourglass Coven?
She kind of like shrugs. That's what I want to know.
Ooh.
Do you think everyone here is involved, or is it just like the higher ups that are involved?
I don't know. But I know they know.
I mean, we could ask some of the people that we've met so far if they know anything about the Hourglass Coven, but that also risks
Yeah.
them finding out.
Yeah.
I think we could get some information from Featherine.
You think we can trust Featherine?
I think we can trust her to tell secrets.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Okay, so maybe we approach Featherine like we just learned a little bit of gossip about the Hourglass Coven and see if she has anything else to offer up.
I think Nanrim and I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
we
our
should
lead.
do that. Well, maybe we could also ask Drip. Drip seems to be someone that we can talk to.
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to talk to Drip's family in the Big Top.
Can we
Maybe-
keep the Kenku with us?
You know what? I'll go find Drip, Drip, and Drop, and I'll talk to them.
Okay.
Nanrim, you can get gossip out of Featherine for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we keep the Kenku with us? I feel like someone might come after them.
She looks up and she's like, okay, bet. And she kind of like wiggles her little fingers and her like fake white butterfly wings on her back start flapping. And then she changes form into like a female elf.
What?
She's like a dark-skinned female elf, and she's like standing there.
Guys, self.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Hey, man.
What's the plan?
Well, some of us are gonna head over to Featherine. Have you met or talked to Featherine yet? She is a swan here. Swans are birds like you.
Oh, the ones pulling the boats?
Yes.
Okay.
And then some of us are gonna go and talk to Drip, Drip, and Drop and their family, which are kobolds, in the Big Top.
And that's my job.
Wherever you think you want to go to figure out information, you can go with that team.
I'll go to talk to the swans.
Okay.
I think I'll go with them to the Swans too.
And I think I look at Zazu and I say, "You okay if I go and talk to Drip, Drip, and Drop then?"
I hiss, but I do nod yes.
Oh, okay. We'll see you in a little bit, bud.
Kim Van. Kim Van.
Gim Van's totally lost in all the mess that's been going on.
Kim Van. We have to go find more gossip.
Okay, I'll go with Flint.
All right. So, we'll do the swan group with Featherine. So, who's at this? It's Valith, Zazu, and
Valith.
Petals?
No,
Okay.
I am with Drip, Drip, Drop.
Okay, Namrin, Zazu, and Kettlestick are talking to the Featherine.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she sees you approaching again, and she's like, "Did you find them, dear?"
And then I'll say, ooh, do I want to be honest?
You can be subtle,
Yeah.
or you can be very conspicuous or inconspicuous. Whatever you feel is appropriate.
I'll tell her, my dearest for the rain, I didn't find exactly what I was looking for. I did come to see if you heard about what happened at Palusha's show.
I heard she got heckled off the stage.
She did. She did. We were there.
Oh, poor dear. You can see Kettlestein looking very uncomfortable. But she's like, I can't imagine anyone doing that. That's so, the poor dear's crying away.
And then I'll say, well, maybe, do you think there's anybody trying to get a point across?
With Palasha?
Well, maybe not Palusha, but there was that, the lady who, got tricked, the one you were talking about with the sunglasses. Maybe.
Oh my goodness, with Irene. That's right, Irene and now Palasha. You think there's, and I heard there was hubbub happening around the dragonfly rides too? Something must be going on.
Well, have you heard anything specific? What hubbub is this that you heard about? Maybe we can go check it out.
There was a dwarf riding one of the dragonflies and he fell off. Dragonfly went crazy.
Did it hurt anyone?
The Kettle's team kind of like looks sheepishly and she's like, they're okay, I heard.
Okay. Does Zanzu any questions you might want to ask?
Coven.
Say that one more time.
I repeat the phrase hourglass coven.
Oh, okay. I guess we heard some patrons talking about this, someone muttering in the background about an hourglass coven. Do you know anything about that, or is that just people being people these days?
Oh, that sounds dreadful. Is that a new band?
Okay, so she doesn't know much. Actually, can I see if she's lying?
Yeah.
Me
Sure.
too. I want to check.
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now, as you're talking to her, you kind of built this rapport with her. You seem like she's being upfront with you. She seems to enjoy talking with you. You guys have been very polite and with talking with her and sharing information with her, and you're, there's nothing more a gossip loves more than someone who loves to listen to the gossip, right? So, like, if you're attentive and you're respectful and you're polite, she loves talking.
Then I'll look at Naman and say, drama, Mr. Light.
Oh, okay. And then I'll say, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, yeah, we also maybe heard some whispers about Mr. Light, maybe. Is he a good boss? Like, what is he like?
And her eyes like glow, and she's like, oh, well, between us, can't tell anyone, dear. She like kind of leans in. I have many talks with Mr. Burley. He's the head of security here. We were just talking the other night, and he was saying that the owners have been a little weird lately, and he suspected they were up to something possibly, or they're caught up in some kind of trouble. We don't know if it's like financial or something, but he seemed nervous about it, dear.
Ooh, okay.
That's just between us, of course. Allegedly, she like laughs.
Of course. Well, thank you. Well, we'll have to get back with you with anything else that we might hear as far as John is concerned. We know you love a good talk.
Of course. And you'll tell me, of course, if you find anything. She like laughs.
Yes, of course.
All right. Have a great time, dear.
And then we thank her, and then we kind of, I guess, unless Zazu wants to do something else or do something more, I guess we could go towards the big top again.
I'll follow that lead and just look at the other king, Kettlestein.
So Namrin, you want to head back towards the big top? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And Kettlestein kind of like sheepishly shuffles after you. All right, so we're gonna cover the rest of you. With you guys go back to the big top to find Drip Drip Drop.
Yes.
All right.
Drop, yes.
They are like, you can see them kind of like outside the dressing room, and Drip is like scolding the two of them for being late. And he kind of sees Flint again, and he's like,
Hi.
"Did you guys like the show?"
Unfortunately, we only got to catch the tail end of your performance, but what we got to see was really cool.
The
Wow.
juggling was
Really,
really
we're
fun.
getting juggled.
Double juggle.
Yeah, they laugh, and he's like, "This is Drip with 2 P's. This is Drop. These are they helped me find you guys. Say thank you." And he like forces their heads down. They're like, "Thank you. We're sorry."
I was prepared to fill in.
And they like his eyes glow, and he's like, "Oh, you could be the 4th one.
Do you have a big enough trench coat?
We could get a bigger one." And he rubs his hands together.
Though that sounds like a good time, we do have some questions to ask you. Could we bother you for a minute?
Sure, come in. He like they hustles you guys into the dressing room. Can't wait to see your guys' performance when we figure out what to do. What can we do for you?
We have heard some interesting information from some of the other patrons that were here, and we just wanted to see if you had any additional information that you might be able to share with us. Do you know if there's any trouble that's going on around here in the first place?
Trouble. Drip, have you heard anything? And Drip looks over, and he's like, like what kind of trouble?
Like, is the carnival in trouble? Are they in financial trouble? Any other kind of trouble? Is something going on that's like behind the scenes that the people don't know about?
Well, there is a scare the other day. Drop like stocks, and then Drip's like, "Oh yeah. Well, the other day before we were like setting up, we got scared because we thought that Mr. Witch lost his pocket watch."
Mr. Who?
Mr. Witch.
What's
Mr.
special about the
Witch.
pocket watch?
Oh, well, and Drip with 2 P's like, "Well, I mean, it always tells time, and Mr. Witch is always punctual." And then Drip with 1 P is like, yeah, but like more like also it helps us set up. It sets up the it sets up the carnival for us.
Oh, it's like a magical device.
Yeah.
And it's missing?
Well, we thought he lost it, so he was very angry for a while. but he found it.
Do you know where he found it or how?
I think it was like it wasn't like in the box he normally puts it, but it was like still like it would just got misplaced like in a stack of clothes next to it.
Okay. Have you heard about some sort of coven around these parts?
Of it.
Yeah, some sort of coven. We heard there might be a coven.
They look at each other and they all shrug. No, can't say we have.
Have people been losing a lot of things around here recently?
And that's when they look kind of like unsure. Oh,
I want to poke more at
look
them.
at you.
If they're looking unsure, then I want to dive deeper. I want to say what's going on? Are people missing things around here more often? People are going missing.
Well, you guys are new.
You cut out.
New, right?
Yeah,
we're new. We just want to know all the information so we know what we're getting into.
Well, yeah. Some. You'll see some people sometimes, and they look like they take stuff, but we're not supposed to say anything about it.
What do they look like?
They all kind of look up. Drip is like, it's like this little green person with like big glasses, and it kind of scutters around the ground, and then Drip with 2 speeds like, no, it's like a little girl in a pig mask, and she has a giant lollipop. And then Drop is like, no, it's like a big shadowy person, and he like waves his fingers around in the air, and they're all arguing about what the person is.
Ash, please.
Oh no!
Please.
Okay.
I don't
That's
even.
scary. Yeah, like 3 different forms.
I don't even know what to say to that. It seems like whatever this is, it appears differently to each and every person.
How long has that been going on?
Drop is like, when did we start working here? And Drip with 1P's like, oh gosh. Like time moves differently when you're moving around all the time, but I think in this plane, it's been about a year.
Oh.
Give or take, it's hard. Timey-wimey.
That's when. Yeah. Where can we find these people that take things?
More importantly, like where should we avoid? Since we're not supposed to talk about it, we want to know where we shouldn't go.
Oh. They all look at each other and they're like, Hall of Illusions. At the same
Definitely
time.
don't go to the Hall of Illusions then, right?
Yeah,
No,
that place is creepy. Yeah, no. Poor Candlefoot. He's always stuck there.
Stuck there? Like he can't leave?
Well, he always kind of draws the short end of the stick and has to watch that booth.
How is he supposed to propose to Palasha if he's stuck there all the time?
And they all gasp like,
No.
Oh, you guys are new and you know that already? You guys are good.
I have my sources.
None. They're like, oh, well, that's what happened. He can't talk right now. And then
Lose
Drop
the ability to speak?
Drop is like, he's a mime. He doesn't talk anyway. And Drip is like, no, you stupid. He can't actually talk.
He lost the ability to speak.
Yeah, he was
It's funny
gonna
that Palasha's
propose.
song was about that. She must be really sad.
Yeah. He was gonna have this grand moment. We were gonna be there.
I bet if they kiss, his voice will come back.
You think?
Maybe.
That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe. I think that we need to talk to some people. I think we need to figure out more information about what we should and shouldn't do here. Thank you so much, Drip, and Drop, for all your help.
I've learned
Do
so
you
much
all
on day
have any
one.
questions? Yeah, do you have any more questions before we head out?
No? Oh, do you? They look at Flint, and he's like, "What's your head size?"
The same as Drips.
Oh, perfect. He's like, yeah. Okay, we're gonna get to work. We're gonna fit you in this trench coat.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Drip with Troop, he kind of turns around and he's like, "Oh, I would be. Not that you guys are gonna cause trouble, but you're new, so you do gotta be careful. Mr. Lights has he can watch what everyone's doing. Not that he would he's not creepy about it, but he knows." And he kind of looks at you guys without blinking, and then he scutters off to follow his two brothers.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, so we're being watched.
I think as we leave this backstage area, we need to be laughing and acting like we're having a good time, not like something's going on. Because if he's going to be watching, then we need to be putting on a show.
I'm going to cast
Ooh.
message at Valeth and be like, he's like Santa Claus. He sees you when you're sleeping.
What's a Santa Claus? Is that some sort of great beast?
An old kobold legend.
Ah. Okay. Let's leave this place and pretend like we're having so much fun, like we got to meet people backstage.
So you guys come out laughing. You run into Zazu and Namrim and Kettlestein. Yeah, you guys can share information if you'd like here.
No,
All
I
right.
wouldn't like to.
Okay. But that's when.
Oh no.
Namrim
Oh.
Namrim and
Oh shit.
let's see here. Oh no. Well, actually no. Everyone just roll perception checks here.
I don't like this.
Oh, 20 from Flint.
Okay, Flint.
These nat 20s.
How boy?
Everything.
Ridiculous. We said perception.
Oh, you guys are
into the future and the past.
You guys are so perceptive. Got a 22, a 19, 18, a 25.
A little bit plus 6.
Yeah, okay. Well, everyone but Valeth probably in this situation You see, it'll make more sense contextually to others than not, but rounding the corner from the big top, heading towards this kind of it's like the emptier part of the carnival. It's like kind of this big. Sorry, let me just leave and come back.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, big nervous. Welcome back.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
So towards the western side of the carnival grounds, that's slightly more deserted. There's this like kind of big, like looming. It looks like a fun house. It's very reflective. Like heading in that direction, kind of rounding the corner out of your sight, though, is what looks like a little child.
Oh.
Big lollipop, and what looks to be some type of animal mask. And that is where we're going to end.
No!
Lala fell.
Check your pocket.
Check your pockets.
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna be awake all night if we don't continue this. God damn it.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. It's been like
That
3.5
was
hours.
That was great.
Yeah,
Oh my
of course.
god.
I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo, with the power of gossip, you can get a lot done.
I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Thank you for playing. Yeah, we should plan for another day, I guess, then.
Oh shit.
Something.
Goddamn.
Not this golem ass.
And jump scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It's a Lalafell Ash, please.
Yeah, I guess we can plan the next session.